Oh, hello, people of the tube. How y'all doing? I'm just jumping to Corel 4 at the moment. We've been suffering some issues. My hull C has been in existence for so long that it's starting to struggle. It's starting to break down, and it murdered me. I crossed the threshold and took damage, so I'm going to dock it. It has cargo on it that's worth a little bit, but we moved as much of it as we could. But yeah, Turnip and I have been encountering some weird bugs in terms of the grid. So we are losing a little bit of money and taking a risk by docking my ship at Krill 4, because the last time I docked my ship with cargo still on it, I couldn't undock it, and it's a known issue. So we're going to see how that goes, and hopefully it works. If not, it's just money, right? It's just fake money. But yeah, I'll switch over the screen so you guys can see what is up. How you doing, Rubble? Love that sound a lot. Hello, Turnip, I'm back. I did my hellos to the world. I'm doing well, Rubble. So yeah, there's a lot less cargo on the hull C than there was before, because Turnip and I have cleaned that as much as we could trying to sell it, but we had some grid issues on the C2, because it is our belief that the longer a ship is in existence in the server without being reclaimed, it starts to break down. There's a whole bunch of like salvage panels right near CRUL4 as well, like really close.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. That's something. Is my thing still there? Yeah. My cool camera angle. Shoddy misc engineering? Well, if it's shoddy engineering, then Crusader is guilty of it too, I think. Misc is generally quite good, though, in my personal opinion. But maybe I'm biased. What's the SCU on the Kraken, do we know? Is it a ridiculous number, or not quite as ridiculous as a expanding ship? Alright. May I please have a parking spot? Corel 4. Also, I want to test to see if I can sell, which I'm pretty sure I won't be able to. I don't think it's even going to give me a parking spot. Put out a request and nothing happened. Okay, so that's still a decent amount for the... Because, yeah, Turnip and I have been playing around and using the hull C as kind of like a miniature station, and we're kind of in love with the idea of never having to go to civilization, so the Kraken seems pretty cool, so I'm wondering how much cargo space it's got. My ship might just be like broken, because I'm like requesting docking and it's straight up ignoring me. Privateer is less? Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think we may just have to abandon this old girl at some point. Let me try manually doing it. Yeah, I think this ship's just conked, man. Won't even let me dock. Alright, I'll do the old trick and just kind of park it in between the landing structures, see if I can find out where they are. There we go. And then... Because yeah, we got 96 SCU of Widow. Where did you call your C2 to? Uh-huh. I think you might be one of the closest people to actually be able to go to CitizenCon, Turnip. I think all the rest of us are kind of all Southern Hemisphere.
Do that, I'm on the right continent.
Yeah.
I just don't have enough Kevlar.
That's a fair point. That is a very fair point. I imagine travel insurance from Canada to America is actually like wildly expensive. They're like, yeah, no.
I have friends that work in the travel insurance business,
Mm.
and Canadian travelers help keep the American medical system in. Um,
Really?
yeah, we're the because everything that they have to negotiate on the.
Dude, my guy's busted. He's like limping, like he's just gone through Siege of Orison. It's rough, poor dude. Who'd have thought? I'm more mobile. I feel like a sea creature. I'm more mobile in 0G than I am in gravity at the moment. Do you think it's the server that could potentially be broken, or it's like the ship?
I don't think it would hurt us if we
Switch server?
the server.
Because yeah, I'm trying to decide if I go take the hull C, log out, log back in the hopes that it's the server, or just flat out just can it and go, no, it's a bust, and then just give up what we've got on the hull C and just kind of start from scratch with a fresh boy. Which I'm not opposed to.
I'm willing to try either or both.
Yeah.
We could start with the least, dramatic, and for lack of a better term, and then move from there.
Because yeah, my avatar at the moment looks like he's had a bad day. Really rough.
Shit yourself.
he's yeah, he's I mean I'm not showing leg damage, just torso, but he's hobbling like he's got damage everywhere.
Just ran down your leg, yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Just the breathing is painful. And then there's also the risk that he'll always breathe like that, because I've had bad with the bug sometimes where once you start the weird breathing, yeah, it might be a server switch just in general, just for S and Gs. Oh, the medical clinic is right here. Oh, the first time that's ever been the case. That's beautiful. Whoa. Did my game crash? Nope. Just 16 frames a second. Sick. What the heck is that about? That was rough. Think. I don't think it's the GPU. Like looking at my stats.
It's a pretty big one, so team stand by.
Okay. It was really wigging out there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, sorry, I gotta request a bed. Jeez Louise.
Hey, you can't just come running in there.
Oh,
Are you feeling better?
welcome, Beard of Oz. That's me.
Frosty Hydro Frost from Hilton.
Room 6. Alright.
Treats everyone
Let's
loves.
go. This might be the time where I've had so many of these issues. I normally don't like carrying a medical gun because it's just tedious pressing 4 and having the wrong gun come out. But I think I might start carrying one, or at least buy 2 to put on the misc.
Take the life aid attack.
That's actually a better idea.
You taught me that.
Yeah, I know. I prefer the multi-tool to the medical gun. I think the downside being you cannot choose the separate drug choices for the multi-tool. It's just a straight heal and that's it.
Yeah.
Which at the moment,
This is red 10.
yeah, essentially, yeah. Because they haven't really made the need for that as obvious. Maybe in the future, but at the moment it's kind of like, eh. Hey, how you doing, Jojo? How's life, my guy? I just need some, medical care, right? Yeah. Select injury. Oh, it hurts right here, doc. Please heal what ails me. Ooh. Modern medicine. I'm healed. Just playing a little bit of Star Citizen, Mr. Jojo, you know? Just a little bit of... For the most part, it's come quite good since I've taken a break from it. So maybe it was my absence that allowed it to flourish, and now that I'm here, it's degrading.
Isn't only
Maybe I'm the problem, chat.
About being your best.
I'm the problem, it's me.
About optional medical services.
They do sell the medical attachments at the pharmacy for the mods tool, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I might be exploding here, so
You might be exploding.
yeah.
Thank you for visiting
Oof.
Delta RX.
Urgent page for Dr. Chan. Needed immediately in surgery. Dr. Chan.
If you don't completely die, let me know and I'll come save you.
Well, my ship just all of a sudden landed on top of the hangar. I just all of a sudden fell from like 4 kilometers. Boom, down.
Sounds pretty standard for Star Citizen, sadly.
Would Anthony Odlaw please contact the front desk? Anthony Odlaw, please contact the front desk.
You know what? I will buy a Paramed medical device just to have in the... Doesn't hurt to have one of those in the ship. So, not that I think it will. I'm going to try to sell cargo because it's in range. So I think that's the rule that kind of counts. The ship's in range. Wait, has anyone ever tried to sell cargo from a ship if it's within range of a station? I don't know if they have. I'll check. I don't think it'll work, but I'll check anyways.
Sorry, we lost that continuum.
That's okay, dude. Like I think we're at the stage now where everything's starting to fall apart, so it's all good. Don't stress about it. I think we got a lot of money out of what we'd done, and the strain on our ships was getting a little bit too much. So I'm just gonna see if I can find this hidden, what's it called, terminal. I think it's the locker room for Krill 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I killed a man. This is where I killed a man. Okay, so it shows up the stuff that I've got. I just cannot sell it here. Okay. I just cannot sell it here. And the one thing though that I was supposed to be able to sell here is Widow.
On timeout.
No, I just don't think I can sell it from the Hull C. I just don't think it's allowed from the Hull C in general.
Roger.
Yeah. Yeah, but besides the 109 Widow, which however much that's worth, everything else is kind of like, eh. But yeah, I'm happy to ditch all of this and just...
Good day and anything else, but yeah.
Yeah, the amount of time I got to spend to like mess around, I'd rather just... I might leave the ship there and claim the ship, and just so people can see the ship there full of drugs and not be able to claim it. You bitch, right?
So vulture. We doing vultures?
Yeah, I'm easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm gonna go grab my... Oh, I can't grab that gun off the rack while it's in armistice, can I? So I've got to... Oh, do I really care? It's not that
Might be
important.
able to.
Just because it's an F-55. We're not going to do bunkers at any point, are we?
We might.
Well, I'm still going to call...
Welcome.
I'm the party
to the
leader.
ASOP vehicle retrieval
die?
system.
I'm gonna make you the party leader so that when you are set, because I've already escaped
Right.
out, so I'm at the menu. You can pull me in. I'm gonna go make a coffee.
Okay, gotcha. So we're just going
Your
to switch server?
insurance claim
Do you wanna
has
do
been
that?
sent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll jump to the... What do you reckon? Asian service?
Sure.
Alright. Dear Star Citizen, let me expedite my ship. Is it broken? Yeah, I think Rabble, I just can't sell it because the Hull C specifically has to sell at those stations and that's it. Okay, so
Your insurance claim has been sent.
it's just being slow as heck. I think the server's just fully degrading now. Unless, even though I told Charles not to start downloading games, he did. What the heck? Where's the... There we go, expedite.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Pay the expedited fee. I'm
Thank
good
you.
with that. I'm good with that.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Okay. I'm really hoping this doesn't like stooge me. Is there anything on the ship that I desperately want? No. We're more abandoning it, Ravel. Just because we've been having some issues with our ships, so we're kind of just we're taking the loss. We've made a ridiculous amount of money from cargo anyway, and it's mostly just for the fun of using my hull C. So I'm going to exit to menu, and then we'll jump into an Asian server. I think the Australian servers, when the Australian servers start to degrade, they degrade hard, and I think we might be at that point potentially. That or my ships and everything specifically having issues. So. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll go the Asian servers, and hopefully it's less broken. Hey King, how you doing, my guy? I'm loving life, flying around in my hull C. The hull C has been unclaimed, if that makes sense. Like I've been using it and sleeping in it for the past 4 days, so it is like it's struggling. It's broken. I was like EVAing through certain areas and taking damage from invisible things. And we were having some issues with cargo. So I've just now claimed it at Krill 4. I'm jumping back in. So it'll be a fresh boy. Because sometimes I think the servers don't like if you haven't claimed a ship to start afresh. It kind of struggles. But how you been? Are you going to be at the Citizen Con? Because I know there's a lot of like CIG crew that are there. Is that something that you're going to be there for? Or are you just still plugging away wherever you're at? But good to see you, man. We're a bit rough at the weekend, but over good. Hull C's good as... I love it. The Hull C's amazing. Remember how I was saying I was concerned it's going to be too big? You know, like traveling? That's fair. I don't like traveling either, so I completely understand that. And it's in LA, right? Which I don't think is like... for a lot of people, not the best place to travel to, because a lot of people are like, LA. So yeah, I get that, man. You'll just be there in spirit. Will you be watching through like the official? I assume there's an official Twitch stream of it. I'll probably catch bits and pieces, but I think I'll be working for part of it. I can't remember. Either way, I'm excited to see kind of what they announce in general. But yes, love the Hull C. I was worried that it was going to be too big a ship, but internally, it's not as big as I imagined it would be, so it doesn't feel like a massive ship, which works for me. I love it. The city where it's not, where it's just purge, constant purge. Yeah. LA, home of the purge. Yeah. That sounds about right. Whoa, what are you doing? So Cruel 4, for whatever reason, has been quite laggy for me, and I don't know if it's my PC that's having issues with it, or if it is Cruel 4 that's just chunky. I don't know. Am I at Krill 4 or am I ended up somewhere else? I'm not at... Wait. Where am I? I probably ended up somewhere else, didn't I? Oh, I'm at Everest? I hate it when that happens. Where if you don't have like... If you don't pull a ship out at a station, it doesn't save that location.
Welcome.
Annoying.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Hello, space. How you doing, man? I guess I'll just fly there. I guess I could fly there in the Vulture. Because Turnip's wanting to do some Vulture stuff. Yeah, let's fly the Vulture there. Why not?
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Why not?
Please
Hangar
visit us
3.
again.
All right.
Bye.
Let's go. How you been, space? I know. I got very lazy. I'm sorry about that. I took a break from Star Citizen in general. And I was playing Baldur's Gate and Starfield. I did a bunch of shorts for Baldur's Gate, which fucking popped off. Like, insanely popped off. So I was like, sick. So I kind of just rode that for a while and enjoyed my break from Star Citizen. And would jump in every now and then. And was kind of like, eh. And because I don't know, I felt like streaming Baldur's Gate wouldn't be as enjoyable. I tried it once and I was like, it's not really my jam. Because you've got to be more actively present for the game, whereas in Star Citizen I can have these areas, these spaces of time where I'm not really like, don't have to be that focused, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, I miss having, I did briefly, King, and so basically my test for Star Citizen would be I'd jump in, I'd buy cargo for the Hull C and try to load it. if it didn't load the cargo, I turned Star Citizen off. So for almost 2 months, I just turned Star Citizen off. I was just like, until the ship that I've been waiting for does the thing, I won't bother. And I've literally only once in the entire time managed to buy and sell cargo. So I've now just started using it as a space station store, like warehouse for salvage. I agree, Silky. It is a bed, King. It's been an issue for a while now. Some ships cannot even lift off with the bed there. Some are fine. The Vulture doesn't really seem to suffer from it. The 400i gets shunted into the ground. The Hull A just gets wedged into the ground. The Cutter has recently had issues with it. It never used to, but it has of late. Yeah, it's beds. Good times. But yeah, Silky, I agree. I agree. Yeah, and I want to Krill for, that's where I'm going. I want to kind of get back into making content for it, but I'm waiting for the inspiration to strike before I really put too much of my heart into it, you know? So I haven't done any long form content on my YouTube for a month, which is why I was like, you know what, I'll stream again. Even though I streamed on Friday, I was like, I'll stream again just because I haven't done any long form content and I feel kind of bad. And then, you know, see if something pops up and makes me go, yeah, let's do the thing, guys. So, you know. So it won't be a wildly long stream. Like most of my streams on YouTube, it'll probably only be a couple of hours. I don't want to put in quite as much time on the streams at the moment. I don't want to burn myself out because, like I've mentioned to you guys, I prefer making YouTube videos than streams. But it had been a very long time since I'd hung out with you guys and chatted, so I figured I'd say hello. But yeah, King, you should definitely tell someone about the bed thing. I don't know who you tell. Just, you know, write it on a post-it note and give it to a team lead who can give it to a team lead who can give it to a team lead. Give it to someone who works in the PU stuff. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But yeah. But yes, love the Hull C. Enjoying it very much. Any excuse or way that I can use the Hull C instead of other ships, I will do. The more that we get added that allows me to do that, the better. Because it's great. I'm enjoying it. I don't have buyer's remorse, which is nice. It looks gorgeous. It doesn't even need a paint because I love the style of it. The only thing I wish it had, but I guess this could apply to a lot of ships, is I wish that it could have a quantum beacon that party members could jump to, so that if I wanted to have it floating in the black, I could kind of leave it and come back, and that would be nice. Can you make a video on how to find the best cargo runs to do the in-game tools? See how the commodity updates and how to read them? Commodity price updates have been massively scaled back. There's not as much in them, King. Like, yeah. There's not as much in the in-game tools, to be completely honest. It got to the point before I started doing the Baldur's Gate shorts that I was doing commodity price alert shorts. And sadly, I felt like that was more up-to-date and useful than the actual in-game commodity price alerts. And I was just doing that for fun to try out like my green screen. And I felt like that provided more information. Because at the moment, commodity price alerts are... Let's have a look. Because I think they even scaled a few things out. So it has even less than it used to. It looks a little bit neater now. What do we got? We got helium, which I don't know. Okay, cool. We've got processed food, medical supplies, distilled spirits. So it's definitely cleaner and neater than it used to be, which is awesome. So whoever did that, love it. Thank you. But because it is only those things, it feels like a lot less. And the other thing I'm surprised by, because when they brought out the Starfarer refueling, they put fuel in there, which nobody really cared about. So I was actually surprised that they didn't put in anything to do with the Hull C. But I guess they didn't need to, because people were just running the Hull C cargo anyway, so they didn't really need to push it. But honestly, like, just having these things does not do much. Like, medical supplies, this is very rarely right. It's very rare that you'll go to these places and this will actually be correct. There are other, you just kind of, you know, use online tools, honestly. So I don't know if a team is working on this or has an intention to overhaul it, but currently it is not useful enough for, like, maybe brand new players might look at it, but they will very quickly realize that it doesn't do a great deal for them that other tools, other non-in-game tools will do for them, or even just learning their own loops. So, and I genuinely feel like it has less than when I first started, but that might just be because they've cleaned it up, because it used to be really ugly and you kind of like, you'd have to scroll all the way down and it was really tedious, and now it's kind of blocked. So I do like that it's like this, but it has, what, three, technically four, but I don't know if you really count helium, 3 commodities. Also, with the risky salvage missions, the cargo on those ships got tuned down the PTU. Process it changed a lot in game. Yeah. I mean, because, you know, I don't know anything about game development, so I try not to say too many things of like, they should do this, they should do this. So I would say I would like to see more in this. I think distilled spirits is still one of the best things they put in here. Medical supplies are cool. Processed food has never been of value to anyone. I think only now it is mildly for Hull C, and that's what, 1 location to 3 spots. So there's almost no point because none of these apply to Hull C pilots. So processed food is tedious. I would say distilled spirits, astatine, is it called astatine? That'd be better. Only tours having a crisis. I believe so, Silky. I believe so. I haven't used as much of them to kind of gauge myself just how bad it is, but I believe because they've changed part of it, a lot of them are mentioning that they're manually putting in data but trying to connect it to that, so that's a thing. I don't know the full breadth of it though, but yeah, it's yeah, I've said it before in videos where the commodity price alerts have the potential of being very cool, but the way it's set up with the amount of information it has, it feels like background information that you kind of look at, you know, when you go in games and you see like newspaper clippings or something and the information is so superfluous to what you're doing as a player, it feels like it's literally just NPC lore. That's what commodity price alerts feel like. It feels like that information is not for you, the players, but for NPCs that are doing their thing, because it has so little valuable information at this point in time. And I think the only time it ever genuinely has valuable information is when we have Invictus, when we have those additional commodities. We're like, oh, where can I buy and sell this? Because I cannot remember where it was because it was a year ago. That's the only time that's of use. So I don't know if it's a matter of they haven't done anything about it because they're intending to shake up a bunch of cargo stuff. I don't know. But at the moment, it's like, I haven't looked at it in earnest in a while. I'm just like, it's not useful to anyone. So I would love for it to be useful though. I love cargo. I love buying and selling cargo. I love salvaging it. That'd be great, King. I think it'd be very cool. Like the trade development division would be a bit hard because there's a lot of screens, but it would be very cool if you went to the admin area and you know how you've got your terminals and there's the little, what do they call that? Covalex thing? If there was a little screen that just had some information scrolling that you think is like, you're like, is this important at all? And it just mentions, in the same way that I did my YouTube shorts, you know, shortage of this here. And it wouldn't even need to be like real-time accurate, but if it gave you, if someone came into the game and didn't look at, you know, like videos on how to trade, where to find stuff, rah, if it just, like little hints, it goes, oh, shortages of medical supplies in Hurston, in general, like the Hurston region. And you're like, oh, and like you go look and try to find locations in Hurston and you'd find out, oh, the places that sell Laranite or whatever need medical supplies. Even, like, I think even that, I think a lot of like hardcore players would very quickly go, that's dumb, it's stupid, but I think it would, A, feel the universe a little bit more alive, and B, it'd be nice for a newer player that has no idea where you would go to sell medical supplies, because then it creates two bits of thing they need to look up. They're like, A, where do I find medical supplies? B, what areas in Hurston are low on medical supplies? And it would be cool. And like I said, like it doesn't need to be completely up to date. It doesn't need a value of like, you will sell it for 1570 or like, 1925. It could just say medical supply shortage in Hurston. So your brain goes, where do I find medical supplies? And you go research and go try to find out where medical supplies are. And then you also go, okay, so somewhere in Hurston they need medical supplies. And then maybe while you're in Microtech, because you figured out, oh, in Microtech and Rayari and Vic has medical supplies, when you're in their little thing where they sell it, there could be another screen that says shortages of foodstuffs. Even if it's useless stuff, it would give this kind of feel of like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Commodity price bursts will be valuable when the economy gets a bit more real. True. A hunch is just mechanism. Yeah, I think it is one of those things that they haven't updated because they're like, look, we would just have double handle it and we've got a plan for this thing and it's going to be changed. Quite possibly, yeah. But
I practice on a lot when I do my coding.
yeah.
I'll put something in that I know I'm not going to want for later or until later. But the putting in the mechanism now makes more sense. And then building around it.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of stuff they've put in that because they had another development team or something. I'm not too sure what it was that they've like done stuff that they're not part of the project anymore. It's probably like old code and stuff, but so yeah, I brought my Vulture over to Corel 4 because I didn't pull a ship out at Corel 4. I didn't wake up at Corel 4, as is the way. So I got that. So I've got a Vulture here at Corel 4. My Hull C is here. I could also bring the Hull A if we do want to do salvage, but then we could also have an extra 64 to put salvage on, depending on what we want to do. So I can call the Hull A here if you want. Depending on what you're feeling. He said to the wind. I was saying that to Turnip.
I call my Vulture here at Area 18. I'll catch up with you.
Okay. All right, so what are we thinking? Do you want to do? Do you want to do like salvage panels, or are we looking to do like actual salvage missions?
Let's do the missions.
The missions? Okay.
Just in case something crazy is there.
Well, just be aware though, if we, the moment we go there with vultures, you know we're going to find something that we can't carry.
I know, exactly.
And they've got to come back for the Hull C, and we're basically back where we started.
Yeah, but everybody will be super entertained.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough. Well, I'm going to call the Hull A as well, because if it's small, there's no point bringing a Hull C. Because also, I love the Hull A. I think the issue right now is they don't want to fully send on the in-game support for the economy because the economy isn't really close to the intended final form. Makes sense. The team, I did see that they've been rebranded as the economy team. Free Tony Z. I don't know where he is. Maybe he's still in hibernation. Maybe he's in a fridge. Maybe he's like Raish Bartmoss from the Cyberpunk universe and he's just surfing the old net, but his body's in a freezer. Bit of a deep cut for the Cyberpunk fans. I bought the Cyberpunk Red gameplay book at PAX, and I've been reading through that. And I'm trying to wrap my head around the game system because it's so different. Well, not so different, but different to Dungeons & Dragons, which is the only one I know. Is this the Beard? It is Devasaur. Is this the Devasaur? How's life, my dude? Hey, Bean. Have you also taken a break from the Citizen of Stars, or are you still in the black? Also, I don't know if people are getting notifications. Like, I told Darkus that I'd streamed. He's like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I didn't get a notification. So I sent him a specific message on Discord going, this is your personalized message that the Beard is live. And he hasn't responded, but I think he might be playing Hunt Showdown with Bigfoot as Bigfoot streams. So he probably won't read this till after. And then he'll be like, oh no. Been a while, doing well, far away from SE. Sometimes you need a Devasaur. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it actually made me love the game a little bit more because of the time I spent away from it. Also, do you guys like my quote-unquote serial killer glasses? These are cheap ones from Amazon but they're a similar kind of shape to the Gamer Advantage ones. And I was like, I wonder if they look any good. And I put them on, and my partner's like, you look like a serial killer.
Yeah. I was keeping my mouth shut, but
No, yeah. But I was just like, yeah. Very excited to jump back into the game, been holding up until IAE. I think a lot of people have. But I was surprised. I jumped into the bunkers and did a contraband mission, and the bunker was it was the most fun I've ever had in a bunker in the entire time that I played Star Citizen. Because I was trying to destroy contraband, and the closets kept opening and guys kept running at me, and I was freaking out. Yeah, they're working. Lighting not helping the look. Just looking ominous in general. Like, how about these ones? I like tweaked my settings on my Stream Deck, and now when I turn the light down, it only turns down the blue one, but keeps the pink one. Like that. Finishing the crazy Hull C Hermit look? Yeah, right?
you want to pick
Dharma?
a contract?
Not the first person. Did you suggest me to me? Sorry, I'm looking at my own picture here because I'm a...
No, did you want to pick one?
Oh, I can pick one. Yeah. Yeah. If credits went to Specs, should have gone to Specsavers. Yep, spot on. Okay, let's have a look at missions. Are you close? You close-ish?
Oh, I'm still in Area 18.
Okay, do we want to go legal first, or do we want to go risque?
No, let's go legal first. Let's
Legal
go
first?
easy on ourselves.
Do we want to go something within our size range, or something a little bit bigger that we're both kind of working on?
Yeah, let's both work on it.
All right, I got a Mercury
Worst case
Star Runner at
scenario,
her
let's
L5.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. I was going to say, worst case scenario, let's pick one that at least we'll both fill up with RMC.
Yeah. Hearing... Oh, this one changed. I changed it, and suddenly it's a Drake Cutlass Black. I love it when that happens.
Oh, fuck it, cut. Sorry.
No, you're allowed to swear. It's okay. It's an unmonetized stream. Yeah, it disappeared. That's rude. Cutlass Black is so easy to scrape too. We got stooged, chat. We got stooged. Crusader C2, HURL 5. Let's go. All right. Sharing that. Her L5. I do like the Hull C Devasaur. I thoroughly am enjoying it. So much so that I've pretty much been living on that ship for the past half a week because I've just been collecting salvage cargo on it. And I've only just now stepped off of it because I docked once and tried to sell something, and then once I docked with cargo on the ship, I couldn't undock, and I was like, okay, so I just never do that. And then I just had too much cargo, and we made millions of credits. And so I had to just accept that I lived on the Hull C. But now, and I've just realized I don't have... Yeah, I just realized I don't have water in my... The heck? Yeah. Do you have water with you? I mean, I can go run and get water. Okay. Sick, alright. But yeah. So what have you been playing lately, Devasaur? Weird docking bugs? Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected with a ship that large. And I think docking hasn't had a lot of work done to it in general. Because what was it? Is it just the 890 that had docking up until now? And I know that there were issues. And the Hammerhead as well. So yeah, you probably wouldn't have seen a lot of flying of that. So, you know. Ironically, lots of Cyberpunk. Dude, loving Cyberpunk. Loving Cyberpunk. Although, I find it hard to progress the storyline, personally. Because it's so sad. Like, I hung around in the first area for the reasons until I was level 20? Level 20 something? To the point where I'd run out of things to do. And I had to progress the story. And I was like, do I have to? The game was like, yes, you have to. Be sad. And I was like, fine. And then I was sad. And then I played past that and less sad because I forgot the pain, and I've just been leveling up my hacker brain man, and I'm nearing the end of the kind of little storyline you have with NM. Just because the culmination of that is so cringy. I was like, oh, it's so cringe. Why is it like this? So I don't enjoy it the way I think they intended for people to enjoy it. I'm just like, ugh, it's so lame. Not completely depressing is the best you can get. Yeah. I've not played many games that get you as invested as Cyberpunk did in the early stages of the game. And yeah, they did a very good job of making you become invested in, you know, that. Anyways, I'm trying not to spoil too much even though the game's been out for 3 years. Meanwhile, on my shorts, I'll spoil stuff and people are like, God, spoilers. I'm like, shut up, loser. It's my channel, do what I want. Did I already set that marker or am I silly? I am silly. I'm a silly Billy. Let's go.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Thank you, and please visit again. I will probably, maybe, visit again. What build have you been running, Devasaur, in the Punk of Cybertown? Going for those hacks. I was considering if I kind of kept playing, doing like a Sandy build. I just enjoy the hacking. And the smart guns. I haven't used the smart guns before. And I was using like the smart pistol and like the smart SMG that you get from the 6th Street guys. And that's a really nice gun. And they're like, you should use mono wire with your hacking stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but the mono wire is so cringe. It's like, eh. I'd rather Gorilla Arms, to be honest. But yeah, very much enjoying it. Oh, I can see Turnip 20 million kilometers away. Probably beat me there because I'm in a... Oh no, wait, we're both in a Vulture. Both running the Atlas. Yeah, I don't like the mono wire either. Yeah, I don't know. It also probably doesn't help that everyone loved Lucy, the character in Edge Runner, so much, and I just found her to be very frustrating. And I preferred Rebecca, honestly. But maybe I just like the L punch and the shotgun life. Always go back to Sandy with katana knives and gorilla arms. I didn't get too far with Sandy and gorilla arms before... This is before 2.0 came out. But yeah, in general, I do like the L punch. I wish there's a little bit more to it. That's the problem with the melee. It gets very repetitive after a while because it's just the same animations. And unless you really like that, it gets boring. Whereas guns... I don't know, the fact that you can kind of move around the targets makes it feel different every time. I don't know. But I remember going the Mantis Blades, and at level 7, it just felt overpowered, and I was like, well, this is tedious. But I also don't like being overpowered, so I like a little bit of a challenge. I like Gorilla Arms and Strength just because you can rip doors open. There's something very satisfying about that animation of using your bare robo arms to rip a door open and rip like a mounted heavy machine gun off of a tripod and be like, this is mine now, and just start laying waste. Very satisfying. Very, very satisfying. So I know that they're working on the next project, which apparently is a sequel to Cyberpunk, which is a little bit sad. I was kind of hoping they might have some sort of multiplayer game or something, but I guess no. I basically just want GTA Online, but in the Cyberpunk universe. Yeah. Yeah. Rip a door open, rip a gun off a hinge. If you could have an animation where you could rip a dude's head off, that'd be cool too. You know? Why not? CD Projekt Red. Let me pretend that a human being is a sauce bottle. I'm gonna just pop the lid off and then shake it until all the red comes out. Right? Well, that'd be the thing. Like everything, like Red Dead Redemption. Anything that slows time just doesn't do it. You just get rid of it. And people be like, where? And you're like, well, deal with it. Just take out Sandy's. I think it'd just be a matter of if they wanted a universe for Cyberpunk, they would have to keep anything that is cyberware related. It'd have to be very limited. If you wanted like an open world kind of thing. So Sandy's limited, Cyberdex, Jackson Death Hunter added me to friends. I don't know who that is. Sorry. Do I enjoy making you cry? Yes, it brings me joy. Well, that'd be the choice, isn't it? You can have your Sandies and play by yourself, or you can not have a Sandy and potentially play with a group of friends in Night City, similar to the TTRPG, and be able to do wild stuff, right? That's just, you know, maybe they could have it so that if you use the Sandivistan, it doesn't slow time, but just increases your movement speed a little bit. And maybe it caps at a certain level, right? Maybe your movement speed just bumps up 25% or 50% if you got like a wild one. And that only lasts a few seconds. So you like activate it, you sprint real quick, you like dodge, you know, dodge a whole bunch of bullets. So the same way, yeah, like bullet time isn't in Red Dead Online, but you can still paint targets, right? So you just got to still operate in the same movement of time as everyone else, but you would have an ability that's kind of different to everyone else. Yeah. Hello, Shane Avery Plays. How you doing, my guy? Welcome to YouTube. The home of discovery. The home of discovery. Unlike Twitch. Just throwing some shade. Are you already there? How'd you get there before me, Turnip? How? That's obscene that you got there before me. How am I doing? I'm doing well, sir. I'm doing well. I realized that I have not released any long form content in a month. And I was like, well, I might as well just stream a little bit. And I'll just talk Turnip's ears off. And it's like, I wish you just mute yourself while you're streaming, you scumbag. Sorry, Turnip. Sorry, bro. Love the YouTube UI if only notifications would work. Well, look. The notifications might work in Twitch, but does it bring you joy? I don't think it does. I think it does. How you doing, Shane?
I'll let you check when you get here.
Okay. Wait, scanning's not working again? Oofed.
I can scan the ship, but it's not telling me if it's got anything inside. So.
Right. You just crack it. You just crack it.
Yeah,
You can just wear the Novikov armor like in the Vulture video and just try to jump forward in the torchlight. Oh wait, we both got vultures. We don't have lamps. King, I need you to talk to someone about these. It's been, how long's it been? Almost a year now that I've had to deal with this vulture having 2 candles in the vacuum of space as the lamps. Can you please talk to someone? I don't care if you have to put a fart bomb in someone's drawer to get this fixed, King. I just need it done. It's fixed in PTU. Is it really, Silky? Don't you dare give me hope. Is it?
Hi, this is Liaison Officer Van Zandt with Crusader Security. I'll be overseeing your contract with us. Appreciate your help in dealing with this illegal production facility.
What?
This outline, the hope is that you'll be able to secure the site.
Are you also getting this audio, Turnip?
For delivery to our evidence hold. Now, these so-called criminals.
Yeah, like we've accepted a mission that we haven't.
So
On God. Oh, Silky. How bright is it? Silky's just giving me hope. I genuinely think I would use my vulture more often if the torches didn't suck.
Wait, you know what? Come to think of it, I did hear read somewhere in the spectrum or something that the lights didn't work. They're starting to
Ooh. Someone called the wrong pilot. I think they did. Okay, that's okay. Okay, Silky. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we just got to wait till SitCon until it hits the live, I guess.
loading my first phone.
Sorry, are you scraping or you take boxes? Scraping? All right. You doing the top or the bottom? Top? All right, I'll do the bottom. turn on my pitiful lamps that illuminate my forearms. Anyone else notice the weird sound that the vulture now makes when it exists? Maybe it's the scraper beams are just like... How many delays do we predict for SitCon? You mean delays in terms of the actual event being delayed? Or do you mean for 3.21? The hell? There we go. We'll be lurking while I jam. Not a problem, Shane. Drake ambience. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. I can't tell if it's meant to be the engine or something else. I also need to put the, whatever they're called, the fancy boy scrapers. What are they called? The ones for the... My brain has just stopped. Cinch, abrade, troll. No, troll is the trolls. Okay. The trolls. Is that right? I need to put these back on. Because I feel like they tightened the beam on the cinch and the abrades. Feel more curious what they actually have for this again. Yeah. Oh, geez, that filled up quick. You weren't wrong. If only I could see what I'm scraping, but, you know, terrible torches, so it's impossible to see what's going on. It's impossible to know, really. We just hope. I got you in the eye? What? I can't hear what you're saying when my scraper beams are on because they're so violently loud. Is there a specific sound setting in the game to turn down scraper beam volume? Or do I just need to turn down, like, what is it called? Sound effects in general. Alright. Time to go to the back of my... Yep. Actually, what am I do? Just because the thought of salvage sickens me. I'm gonna go see what cargo there's in the ship. This is how much of like a cargo fiend I've become. How does it work with the hull C? You call it a port and drop the boxes on it? Not yet. So you can only buy and sell at 4 locations so far. So the orbital stations around the main planets. You go to the admin, you select the hull C in the admin terminal, you select the cargo, you buy, you then have to go get in your ship, fly it to the area where cargo is off to the side. What the hell? Open. You then have to get perfectly still, otherwise the game goes, can't do anything because you're moving, and then hope that security doesn't scan you 15 times because when another ship goes in the area, it slows everything down. And then wait 5 minutes for it to load cargo, quantum jump to the next location, and repeat the process for selling. There is no cargo in it, that's why I wouldn't do anything. There's literally no cargo in the ship. You mean to tell me I've got to actually salvage? Wow. King, you had something to do with this.
It's because you opened your fat trap and said, you know...
My fat trap. You hear that? You hear the way he speaks to me, chat? Fat trap. Wow.
I thought I was muted.
No, chat can hear you now. Chat can hear the horrible things you say to me. How else am I going to become internet famous if I'm not victimized? I was insulted by a member of the Star Citizen community. He said fat trap to me. So rude. At least it looks good. Yeah, the jump gate station for the hull C, thankfully. Yeah, that'd be cool. I can actively see the remaining salvage dropping while you're scraping too. That's kind of cool. Are you also getting a thing when you climb up and down ladders of ships that if it's in like a crawl space, he jumps back up one rung after you get off the ladder? Or just me? No. Maybe he can't hear me chat. I don't know. You did? Okay. Yeah, it's happening in the Vulture, and I was like, oh, this has happened in the Vulture before, and then it was happening in the whole scene. I was like, oh, interesting, okay. So there must be like they've increased the range of like auto mounting the ladder, so it's a little bit too close if you hit the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. Space is saying they get the same thing with ladders, so it isn't just me. Yeah. I have a feeling they've increased the range of like the auto mounting, because they are working on like mounting and vaulting, right? So
I had that big problem. It's a big problem with Star Trek.
true. Ladders everywhere in Starfarer. Yep. Yep. What about you, Space? You still been playing Star Citizen, or have you also taken a break like so many of us have? Yeah. Sorry, Silky, because I haven't played much of the PTU in 321, have they added the ability to buy and sell cargo in the PTU for 321 at the jump gates yet? Or is it just something they're planning for like 321X or whatever they choose to call it? Because I heard mention of it, but I don't know if it's already implemented in the PTU. Because, yeah, I would like a little bit more variety. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, I actually didn't climb back up the ladder. That was weird.
I think the reason they're there is for the
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll see. Maybe they'll pull a sneaky on us and there's a whole bunch of stuff for SitCon. Or maybe it's just stuff they're going to have tested in like a PTU at SitCon. Their stated intention adding the... Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like you jump through the gate. You're like, here's some stuff from Magnus. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to get some stuff from Stanton and take it back to Magnus now. Kind of thing, yeah. Well, see, I was in the shower. Thank you for the alert. You're all good, Darkest. I just assumed that you were playing with Mr. Bigfoot because I saw that he was streaming the hunt, and I know that you're one of his hunt buddies. So I just assumed that was the case. But yeah, I figured I'd send you a message just in case you didn't know. You know, you can't help it. That's okay, Devasaur. We've all got you know, insatiable appetites for madness, and yours just happens to be with like puns, which I think Turnip is also a victim of. Not tonight? Fair enough, Darkest, fair enough. You are a liar, sir. You are a liar. You have a serious addiction to puns. When the wife of you said right sticker is having issues. Oh no! Are you VKBs or Thrustmasters or Verpals? With the buttons are having issues. Damn, that's no good. Because VKBs and Verpal have got pretty decently long warranties as far as I'm aware, whereas I think Thrustmasters are only like 1 year. I wonder if it might be partially further development economy. Maybe. I always like to think anything is economy related, but then I kind of look back at everything that everyone who's been around has said for a while, and I just don't think it's a priority at the moment. Like, I don't think, like, real economy is the thing they care about. Personally. Yeah. But who knows, maybe it's like an economy team thing. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, I don't know how this works. I'm not a game scientist. I'm just a bald dude with a beard on the internet who's wearing $19 serial killer glasses. That's all I know. That's all I know, chat. And a Star Wars shirt from JJ's that is so old and comfortable that, you know, when the collar starts tearing, like the hem, so it becomes like this weird, looks like a mountain man shirt. It's kind of that. But I love this shirt, you know, where it like it tears. Like well, it's there you go. You can see it split. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Where the collar is so old, but it's a really comfortable Star Wars shirt. So that's me. But the glasses suit me because I look like a serial killer, Darkest. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that I have serial killer tendencies? Because I think you're giving me way too much credit. I do not have the focus required to be a serial killer. What'd you call me, Turnip? What'd you call me? Can you just stop punning, you maniac? You've got a problem, man. You gotta stop. You need to see someone about your addiction. Yes, the Thrustmaster had it for 10 months, made it pretty long. Yeah, my Thrustmasters gave out after, I want to say 6 months, to be honest. They're a really good gateway thruster. Great gateway thruster. Calm down, Turnip. They're a really good gateway stick. You know. But yeah. But I pretty much the same thing that I've seen like content creators say, like Thrustmasters are great if you don't want to spend $600 to see if you enjoy it, but the moment you buy sticks and start playing, you will most likely never be able to go back, and that's when you go to like your Verpals or your VKBs. And as far as I've seen, and I could be wrong on this, so don't take this as gospel, all the content creators I've seen that have Verpals tend to really like low flying and like acrobatic combat because they seem to be a little bit smoother in their movement. I could be wrong, but I have kind of made that connection in my brain meats, so I think they might be a little bit slicker and smoother for that kind of stuff. Mine have lasted a year now, but they've just made me want something better. Get fixed for next set of VKBs. Go VKBs Omni Throttle. I love the VKBs. I don't know if Omni Throttle is my jam, but I can definitely see why people would like it. And also, like, I think the positioning's a little bit better on your wrist as opposed to like up like that. But I think I've just gotten used to it personally. So I'm just skiing as opposed to pod racing. But also, like, when I bought my sticks at the time, I was like, man, this is a lot of money for one game. And that was the one thing too, like when I wasn't playing Star Citizen, I still had the sticks on my desk, and the sticks being there were a constant reminder that the game that I'd spent so much money on, I wasn't currently playing. I was like, oh my God, am I a fool? But I feel like it was good for me. Being away from the game for a little bit definitely made me less sad. Except for this now, like having to get out of my chair so frequently because they just like power boosted scraping. Power boosted it. Sucks to be someone who's in a reclaimer. Can you imagine popping out one SU constantly? Hitting in the corner? Yeah. I've got so many accessories like in the back that you can't see at the moment, but I've got like a whole shelf behind the Nanoleaf of like boxes. So I actually own like the Logitech HOTUS kit, the box for the Thrustmasters is there as well, a bunch of other stuff too. What else is up there? I don't know. Headphone boxes and stuff. I'm one of those rats that just leaves things there. You would think with the amount of accessories and stuff that I've purchased that I'm like a reviewer for hardware, but I'm not. I'm just addicted to buying things. I be set down, pull them up, and using your engagement with them every day night. I do, Darkest, yeah. I'm constantly downhill skiing with my VKBs. Brings me much joy. Much joy. Crew salvage and reclaimer sounds awesome. Turnip was in a 4-man crew the other day, and apparently it was awesome. The only reason I think I wouldn't like it is some reason I hate the reclaimer. I don't know why. I have no reason to why I hate the reclaimer, but being in it frustrates me. Maybe it's the traveling around, but they really need to make the crates being pumped out of that larger. Like the sheer scale of that ship, it doesn't make sense that it's pumping out 1 SCU. So I personally think it should be pumping out 8 SCU crates because it's potentially bringing in a lot more, but just logistically, like being moved around, it seems tedious. Or at least having the option of changing it, like in the same way that you go and choose multi-tool parts, just going, hey, can you pump out 2 SCU or 8 SCU? Well, if they're doing like structural salvage as well, it's going to be pumping out quite a bit, so they're going to have something. Does the beam and box station still break like it did when salvage was added? Good question. I honestly haven't salvaged enough because I know it happened after a while. It's distinctly possible, but I haven't salvaged consistently enough to be able to tell you. Hey Adam, how you doing, man? What about you, Turnip? When you guys were doing the salvage and the reclaimer, did you notice the beam box thing was breaking, like it was stopping salvage? No?
that in my turret and just kept going. Pile driver. I never had to stop.
Couple of hours or?
I think we were together for a couple hours and I made 6 mil.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, in turnips run no issues, so maybe they fixed it. Didn't catch you live. Yeah, I haven't been live in a while, Adam. I've been away from Star Citizen and also just been lazy. Because I briefly streamed, I think, 1 session of Baldur's Gate, and then I was just like, I don't feel like streaming this. Because I enjoy streaming Star Citizen more because most of the things that I do in it are pretty monotonous, so I don't have to concentrate on the tasks, so I can spend more time talking to you guys. Whereas when I was playing Baldur's Gate, I would either concentrate on the game and hardly talk, or just talk a whole bunch and get nothing done. And that seems kind of weird for a story game. Whereas something like this, I can do, which is why industrial stuff is really good for streaming. Yeah, the second reason? Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I enjoy making videos more than streaming, but I also haven't made a long-form video in a month, so I was like, I should probably get some streams in and say hello to these cool kids so they don't think that I've fallen off the face of the earth. Yeah. How you been, Adam? Have you been in the verse, or have you also been taking a break like so many of us? Waiting for the glorious updates and the new things. Has anyone here flown the Fury LX? Is anyone a race fan? I saw it and I was just like, eh. I barely use my Fury, let alone a racing variant. Did you get an LX?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you into racing, Turnip? Aww, Darkest.
I like my
Critical hit. Thank you for the monies, Darkest. I can buy a can of energy drink with that. Thank you. Been off since I bought a Caterpillar from John Chan. Oh, good times. Devasaur. Sorry to cut you off like that, Turnip. I'm an asshole. I apologize. Your wife likes the LX? Nice. Honestly, I think if they had like time trials for ground races, I'd probably be more interested in the ground races just so I'd have an excuse to drive my mule around. It's like, yeah, get my mule on. You're already full? Or are you just going to do the 12 SE and... Or did you do 20? Have you already got 20? Ah.
But I tried doing more earlier today and it didn't work, so...
Oh, like to sell more?
Yeah.
Alright.
Try and add extra inside.
Yep. Yep.
I tried doing that, it didn't work, so I'm not going to be able to...
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, see the crates are doing that sideways thing again. Someone do a sideways thing. Servicing you're doing? Yes, but we did switch. We were having some issues on the Australian server and we don't know if it was ship related or server related. Are you getting bored of salvage already, Turnip?
No, not at all. I'm cool.
Nice.
We can change if you like, though.
No, I'm easygoing. I might keep scraping. I don't need the money. I'm rich. I own a Hull C, which means I'm a captain of industry. I just need peasants to move the cargo for me. Darkest, what are you doing? Let's go, spaceman. Hey, hey, hey. You could be saving up for some flight sticks for when you inevitably jump back in Star Citizen. Stop giving me money, you rat. I need to take the Hull C even once. I would jump in, see if I could buy and sell cargo. If at any point during that process it stopped working, I turn the game off, which is why I haven't played for so long. You own MSR, which means I can pretend I'm better than anyone else. You can pretend you're better. The same way that Origin fans also pretend they're better, but they're not. You own your menu when I'm back on my PC though? That's fair. The laptop's still holding up for all of your gaming needs, I hope. This is an Asian server too, Devasaur, which, what are we at? So, oh damn, yeah, it's bouncing between like 8 and 24, so that's weird. Very odd. The same way the Titan is the worst ship. The Titan is the worst ship. Not only is the Titan the worst ship, but it's impossible to make more than 2,000 Alpha UEC an hour with it. Impossible. Just got it because I had this, yeah. I was actually more saddened by the fact that I lost my hull A than the C2 when I finally got my hull C. I was like, man, I gotta go buy a hull A again. I love that ship. It's such an underrated cargo ship because everyone cares about like the big number. They're like, yeah, but it doesn't do this. You're like, yeah, but it's so cool. It's such a great little vehicle. The only thing I hate about it now is that when I'm flying it, I find 32 SU crates. I'm like, come on, man. That ain't cool. How you gonna do me like that, CIG? And they're like, sucks to be you, Beard. I'm like, man, come on. Rude is what it is. Rude is what it is. Adam, are you gonna get a C1/A1/E1? Are you gonna be a new age pilot and replace the Cutlass? But it was CCT, but the price was huge. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that my $385 investment is now allegedly worth $500. I was like, oh, sick. But I can never melt my hull C because I used the referral bonus of the Gladius for it. So there's like $90 value in it, so I can never melt it. I can only ever upgrade. You'd like that, wouldn't you, CIG? You'd like to see Beard with his own Kraken. You sons of bitches. Not likely. I mean, if you want to give me one, that'd be cool. And then I could have Beard's Cargo Emporium. That'd be pretty sick. Just sell random cargo. Have a C1, but I'm not sure how much I'll use it. Yeah, I guess it depends on how well it flies. I will be interested to see how the cargo loads in. I think that'll be the make or break. If the C1 is really easy to put cargo in, nice. If it's not, that's gonna upset a lot of people. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Well, because you were mentioning that's with the Cutlass, like the doors are ever so slightly too small for particular sizes of crates to easily come through. But even then, it still has that advantage over most of the ships. It's got multiple doors. Even if you don't put stuff in through there, it's easier to like have a teammate go in through the side door while you're loading cargo without having to like sneak around the side. So, kind of like owner would love to switch to the C1, but also want something suitable for combat. Yeah. What's the term? The term you use, turnip, like using your lawnmower to blend oranges or something.
To mow the lawn.
There you go. You can't use your toothbrush to mow the lawn. I played a lot of Elite Dangerous, and I kind of got jaded. Not jaded. Jaded is the wrong word. I kind of got fed up of like being able to buy a ship and have it do whatever you want. And so I really liked when coming to Star Citizen's like, no, you need to have a ship that does that thing. I like having a ship that is for a dedicated role. So if I'm moving cargo, I'm okay with not having something that's defensive. I'm like, no, I want to have like a lot of cargo, and I will happily like take that hit on defense and offense to move more cargo, because I'm all about the monies. And whether or not I have someone protect me, that's why I'm like, hull A, the best. And people are like, no, use the freelance, you got guns. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to be shooting. If I'm carrying cargo, I'm not fighting someone. I'm running. I'm going to try to outpace them or like ram them. I don't know. Just do some wild nonsense. But I would rather see the C1 be ridiculously fast and maneuverable with cargo than be offensive. So that if you could outrun, outpace, outmaneuver pirates that are attacking you while towing the cargo, I'd prefer that. Yeah, for sure. I think I might have scraped most of the bottom of this ship. Or not. Emergency drop cargo button. We need that, especially on the hulls. I want to be able to quote unquote, what do they call it? Humanitarian aid drop. You know, where they like, what do they call it? Airdrop humanitarian aid. I just want to be able to drop cargo on people. Like, oh, those guys look like they're having a nice 890 jump yacht club meeting. Okay, I'm just going to drop 4,608 SCU of cargo on top of their ships. For humanitarian reasons. Give me that ability. And then if I could fly towards a cluster of ships and then violently spin and then release the cargo so it spirals off, even better. Alt J. I think that only works for... have they put that for anything yet, Warlock? I think it's just for... what's it called? The Prospector, right? It's just to dump that. If there is a key that does it, Adam, I'm very excited because I want to mess around with that stuff. I want to be an absolute nuisance. Just like go buy 4,000 SU of waste and just like yeet it at people. You certainly find a way. Yes. I discovered something wild that my brain didn't even think of, Silky. We were doing salvage and I found the A2s that had their bombs. I was like, I wish I could activate these manually and throw them at people. Yeah, because I know the Prospector can do it. You can dump your, what do they call it, volatile cargo. But I don't think regular cargo ships can do it yet. I know that they said they're going to implement it for the hull ships to allow you to drop cargo. You know, if you get pirated, so you can go, yeah, I can just drop cargo. Cool, leave me alone. But I don't believe it's in there now. But I know it is currently intended, whether it's a soon or soon TM, you know. Don't know. Alright, that's 18 SCU of RMC. So let's go drop this off. Flash sell it. Drop it off. You can tell how much selling I've been doing versus actually collecting cargo. Just gonna drop it off. I wish I could have my Hull C parked out the middle of nowhere and drop cargo off. That'd be even better. Soon TM and SE means around 5 years. That's why I said soon or soon TM. That's why I said it, Devasaur. I'm clever, don't you know? What is the closest? Ooh. Arc Corp.
I'm going to Hurston. I thought it was closer.
Hurston. Yeah, let's go Hurston. Hurston actually wasn't as laggy the most recent time I went there. Did I not select that location? Am I going mad? I'm not going mad. Here we go. I'm just blind. I'm just blind. Is anybody else here likely to get /play interested in the Return to Moria? I think it's on Epic only. The Dwarven one where it's kind of like a weird mix of like RPG and builder, I believe. But also, I don't know, I tried to watch some videos and I couldn't get a gauge of exactly what it's meant to be. Not clever enough to get an MSR. Wow, Devasaur. You're really just doubling down on your lemon. We've yet to find cargo in the secret cargo hold when we're looting ships, Devasaur, which seems like a wasted opportunity for them to put some El Dragos there. Just, you haven't heard about this, Silky? Yeah, it's due out on 8 days from now, I believe. Yeah, so I believe it's only on Epic though, but it's called Return to Moria. Haven't heard of it, but I'm always on the lookout and need something new. Yeah, well, Game Stranger really wants to play it Darkest, so I believe he and I are going to play it for however long we play it together, because you know what playing games with Game Stranger's like we'll play for 8 hours and then I'll never see him online again. But I didn't play Far Cry 6 with him properly, so I think I'm going to get the Dwarf one and play with him. Seems more like it's working, keeping it properly secret. Well, unless it makes the cargo invisible as well. Devasaur, probably not, because it's a Crusader ship and they're trash. I'm kidding. Calm down. Stop yelling at me, Devasaur. You're so aggressive. So aggressive. Hey, CIG, can you pull your thumbs out and fix the vulture? I need torches that work, and I need the thrusters to rotate when I'm in VTOL. Sort it out, okay? I don't care about the Banu Merchant, man. I need you to sort out what's important, and that's my vulture specifically. You yelling already? Well, of course you're yelling, Devasaur. It's the German air. It just makes you so aggressive. It's the pollen count. It's the German... I don't know if you guys have oaks. I'm going to say German oaks. German oak pollen count that makes you hyper aggressive. Torches do work just in PTU. Yeah, no, space. I'm just yelling at CIG in general because it seems to be the appropriate thing to do. It seems like the right thing to do in almost every situation. When in doubt, shout at CIG. You know? Shake your fist at them. I'm unhappy about this. And then blame everything else that's going wrong in your life on them. What about the RSI Galaxy that we'll get soon for sure? I don't care about the RSI Galaxy. I don't care about the RSI Galaxy because it just looks like a Star Wars ship. Which doesn't interest me at all. I don't think there's actually a ship in Star Wars that I think looks cool. Now that I think about it. I don't think I've ever seen a ship in Star Wars where I'm like, wow, that looks awesome. No, not one. They're all a bit meh to me. Not a single one. Not even the one from the prequels. Not even like the A-Wing with the quantum drive. Not quantum drive, but like light drive or whatever you call it, warp drive. Nah. What is it called? Hyperspace? What do they call it in Star Wars? Hyperspace? Who's a hardcore Star Wars nerd? What do they call their warp? I want to say hyperspeed? Hyperspace? Hyperspace, yeah. Even the A-Wing with its cool little thing. That is a lot of interdiction points at Hurston. What the hell? What is that about? Damn. Did you see that when you came to Hurston?
No, I didn't notice it actually.
There's a lot of chevrons there. That's wild. There's some stuff going down. It's wild. Thank you, Silky. What do you think about the Zeus 2 coming? Also don't care about the Zeus. Not gonna lie, it's a wild take. There's no interesting, well, no Star Wars ships that appeal to me. Yeah. You at least have to give it to the Star Destroyer? Not at all. The Star Destroyer is an uninspired, boring arrowhead. Not interesting at all. Millennium Falcon, stupid asymmetrical guitar pick. No. I fly Reliant. I'm used to shit not working. True. I think the only vehicle from Star Wars that I've seen and I've gone, that's shit hot, that's beautiful, is the swoop bike. Everything else, meh. Meh. Just a big old meh. You miss my streams, Darkest? Me just trying to like incite a riot with my opinions? Yeah. That's how I do. That's how I do. Yo. Darkest, have you jumped back onto wrestling yet? You jump back onto wrestling? Slave 1 for the sound at least? Well, Slave 1 isn't the only one that has sonic charges. And you know what? No, because I had another source of sonic charge sound in Elite Dangerous when cracking asteroids, so I don't need Star Wars for that sound. Don't need it. Don't need a Devasaur. I like lightsabers. I'll say that much. You know, I dig it. They're cool. Who doesn't like a good laser sword? Being able to move stuff with the power of your mind. Cool, man. I like a good bit of, you know, Stephen King telekinesis. Let's go. Let's go. But the vehicles? Sorry, George. Even pod races, man. I'm like, that's a bit dumb. That's a bit Florida, man, you know? 2 jet engines with a bathtub attached by chains. I mean, really? This is what we got? Okay. I'm not a Star Trek fan. Let me just put that out there. And I think the Star Trek ships look better than Star Wars ships. And they're all pretty, like, Gumby looking, to be honest. Like the Enterprise ships, I'm like, wow. Just another boring Origin ship. Let's go. You know? Death Star. Wow, okay. A ping pong ball that shoots a laser. Let's go. Disappointing. I'm just like stunned.
I'm gonna get hit by something on the other side of the planet.
Just starting a riot. Episode 1 pod race had a lethality rate 9%. Wonder where new pilots come from. Well, I mean, you know, Tatooine, there's not much else to do but harvest moisture and fuck, so there's just probably a lot of kids. You know? Just a lot of kids. And they're like, well, we don't have coal mines in Tatooine, but we do have pod races, baby. X-Wing, probably the gumbiest, most uninspired looking ship in all of Star Wars. And that's putting it next to the TIE Fighter. Like, the TIE Fighter is a ball of yarn with 2 doilies next to it. Like, that's Gumby looking. And the X-Wing makes the TIE Fighter look awesome by comparison, so... This is lore now. It's good enough. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean it's good, though. Just because someone rips something off doesn't mean it's good. Just means the person who ripped it off put in even less effort than the person who created the boring thing in the first place. I mean, that being said, look, let's not attack Star Wars exclusively or Star Trek. I don't like the way the Vulture looks. I don't like the look of the Vulture at all. I think it looks stupid.
Oh, it's a combine.
It's a fucking tuning fork. Like, but you know what the Vulture's saving grace is for me, and this is the dumbest thing ever, so you guys can have a good laugh at me about this. The color. I love the yellow. I love that industrial yellow. I'm just like, you know what? If the Vulture had only come in that stupid gray with white stripes, or like the red with white stripes, or whatever it was, I probably wouldn't get it. But because it looks like it reminds me of when I was a kid and I got my first Tonka truck. That's what it reminds me of. It looked dumb. I think someone bought me a grader and I was like, this isn't a tractor. And like, yeah, but they didn't have the tractors, and the tractors are expensive and the grader was on special. I'm like, yeah, because no one wants the grader. What's a kid gonna do with a grader? Push sand down a little bit more? That seems dumb. But I loved that thing because it was the only Tonka truck that I had. I'm pretty sure it was on special. So I got it for Christmas. And I love that thing. Back when Tonka trucks were made of metal. Does anyone remember that? When they actually had metal on them and now they're all plastic. And I'm like, how are kids... No wonder kids are just like so depressed. Because their Tonka trucks are made from plastic. That's why. I love all the designs you hate. And look, that's the beautiful thing about the world. You can be as wrong as you want. Who's calling me? Who's calling me? Decline. Go away. Someone's probably calling me in games, tell me that they're angry about my opinions. Yeah, they're like, I hate you. I've never met you before in my life, but I unequivocally hate you and wish nothing but harm on you. Still have them, just slightly rusted? Dope. I'm jealous. I don't like the Scorpius either. You know what? The Scorpius actually looks better than the X-Wing. I will say that. I feel, though, that I don't like the X-Wing design. Purely because when I see the X-Wing design, I see an already weak structure being split in half to make it even weaker. I'm like, why would you put your guns on the ends of these little weird antennas? It's so dumb. I like the front of it. I like the nose and cockpit of the Scorpius. I think that looks cool. The wings are stupid. I don't...
You put your lasers out there for accuracy.
Quantum fuel is at 100%.
For accuracy?
Yeah.
Engines offline.
Well, I mean, that might be so. I still think it looks dumb. Hope you stub your toe and you get in, we get a bed in the Hull C. I died near my Hull C Devasaur, if that makes you feel better. I was in 0G and I hit something invisible and I was incapacitated, so it's already happened. So I hope that brings you joy. Hope that brings you some modicum of satisfaction because you're upset by my opinions. Beard of Oz and his hot takes. This is the closest I'll get to like internet drama. Just talking shit about Star Wars spaceships. Hull C becoming Event Horizon, right? Although I feel like the Reclaimer has more of a Event Horizon vibe. So mean, Devasaur. No, it's pretty fair. I am actively insulting something that he's quite passionate about. And quite frankly, I'm doing it on purpose. I'm really just doing it for engagement. I'm engagement farming, guys. Don't you know? But I do actually hate all the ships from Star Wars. That wasn't a lie. It was just a happy coincidence that I could also upset you. Do I want to what?
You want to go back to that contract?
I mean, go to a new one, I reckon.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I love the Reclaimer's look. I mean, look, I don't hate the look of the Reclaimer. I don't enjoy being in the Reclaimer. That's the weird thing. Like, as a ship, when you fly up to it, you're like, damn, this ship looks cool, right? Because it has that real industrial, which is wild. It is the only Aegis ship that doesn't look like hot shit. Just trash. Every other Aegis ship just looks dumb. Terrible. Gladius, vomit on a stick. I'm actively trying to think of another Aegis ship and I cannot. Hello, advertisers. I'm an engaged viewer in the coveted 18 to 35 age bracket.
I know, your Saber. Yeah, he's gonna go after my Saber next.
The Saber. I love the look of the Saber. Looks cool. That's only because it reminds me of the Tomcat. And as a kid, I loved the Tomcat. I was like, this is cool. Which is why I was shocked that the Saber is a single pilot one. I was like, I just assumed that if they were going to like be inspired by that, I was like, why isn't it a two-man ship? But I guess because it's the Saber looks cool, and I like the, what's the one that you got when you, or am I thinking of the Mustang? Was there an AMD Saber as well? We had to like buy a CPU to get a Saber. Was that just the Mustang?
Next stop, Central Station.
I feel like there was, because there's the Saber Raven, which is like their fancy looking alien-esque one. It was the Intel Saber Raven. Okay. So AMD was the Mustang then. Okay. I only gave my Saber up because it has one seat, but to get it back? Really? For some reason, my brain is telling me that there's like an AMD red Saber, but I'm pretty sure there's not. I think I'm just thinking of the Mustang. The Mustang looks cool with the AMD one. I don't know if it's any good, but it looks cool. But yeah. Super Hornet, I like it. I don't like the look of the Super Hornet. I know it's Anvil's kind of like designed to have like the flat nose, but I see the flat nose in that ship and I don't like it. I mean, it makes sense in 0G, you know. There's no air. Cool. But it feels weird. Like a combat ship, I'm still just so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Ingrained with like Earth technology where I'm like, that makes no sense. It doesn't look aerodynamic. Which is why I hate the Gladius so much. It seems so dumb. Why'd you make it look so trash? Why is there a 15-minute animation when you get into the seat and turn the ship on? Why? The Vanguards? Vanguards look okay, but they feel really shit to fly, in my opinion. They just feel cumbersome, and I know that they're like heavy, but it feels like they shouldn't be heavy. Makes sense? I don't know. Just the way they're shaped makes them appear as though they should have better maneuverability. Who would have thought, Devasaur, that your opinions are wrong? I mean, we all knew. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. These guys just watched Bad by Michael Jackson. They're like, I'm inspired, baby. See if you got the white shoes. Look at that. Good to see that the AI are working perfectly. Okay. Commodity shop. Vanguard's the one design I actually don't like. Too bulky. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Drake Vulture. Please buy my RMC. Is it still... Okay, it's still a decent price. Sell. I'm rich. Accept. Sell. Accept. Alright. Accept. Oh, was there a dead spot on my ship? I think there is. There is a dead spot on my ship. Empty cargo space? Ugh, it's already started happening, bro. Why? Why, Star Citizen? You hiding, bro? What are you doing? I love how, like, what is he doing? I, like, walked over and he stood up. He's like, oh, I'm not doing anything. He looks suspicious, but I don't want to jump down there because I know I'll get trapped. Hmm. Very suspicious. Hmm. The AI are starting to realize that they've been behaving themselves for too long and they're acting up. Getting a little bit sassy. Are you, Turnip? Because usually there's a distinct line. Are you a fan of the Artemex armor? Do you think it is like the sexiest, coolest armor in general in Star Citizen?
No.
No? You're in the same boat as me. Like, there's so many people who are like, it's the best armor. Like, I don't know if I like it.
It's cute, but
I can see
every
why
time-
people like it, but
yeah.
yeah.
Every time I try and grab a C2, it disappears, but I don't know. You have your contract still?
Oh, yes.
Now arriving from Tisa Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
You know when you abandon it, then I
Abandoned. It is abandoned. Oh, I need to get some water for my dude. He's down to 36 and 57 hard. What's it called? Nutrition. Damn. Never see nutrition drop. What is up with that, chat?
I'll meet in the lobby and I'll give you some lunch.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next stop,
And then
Tisa
you have time
Spaceport.
for salvage contracts too.
Yeah. What's going on here? Just catching myself up on what's going on in the Discord. Junkie and Pile Drive talking about salvage. Salvage! Maybe I should have called this stream the one where Beard looks like a serial killer. I'll do that for the next one.
Now arriving.
It does seem to be stopping my brain from hurting as much with the bright lights, which is nice. So that's something, I guess. That's something, chat.
Reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Person security can reserve this dick. Might just leave this stream unmonetized. Might just be easier to just leave it unmonetized. Just inappropriate language. Inappropriate language. I think Devasaur's finally had enough of my vulgar language.
We have
Oh.
we have 2 D2s to do.
2 C2s. Damn.
They both came through.
Gangsta.
I picked the Her L4 one first. There's 2 bottles here beside
Thank you.
me.
Appreciate it.
No worries.
Where are they? MICL1. Because I think I'm going to go get my Hull C.
There's one at Her L4 and one at Mick 1.
Okay. Because where did I put my
So which one?
Pearl
which
4?
one do you wanna
Wait.
get first?
Wait, where did I put my Hull C? Krill 4? Krill 4. I got to fly to Krill 4, my guy.
Do you want me to take you to Her L4 with the Vulture?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay.
I will probably call
Welcome
L
to
Cutter.
the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I will, Darkest. I will. Once I get there. I'm gonna call my cutter. Because it is the
Your insurance
fastest little ship.
claim
Oh,
has been
they
set.
changed
Your
the
vehicle
fuel
has been
in
moved to
the
our storage
cutter.
facility.
Darkest. They reduced it, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good, all things considered.
Your insurance claim
It's gonna
has
expedite
been,
that boy. I
thank you.
think it's like 2.5. We'll be able to see because it'll be fully. Get out of my way, white suit man. You son of a bitch. Oh yeah, emotion wheel's gone. They must have re-thinged it. You mentioned that, weren't you?
I was asking if that.
Yeah. These sons of bitches. These sons of bitches. How dare they?
Makes me feel that way.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. Let me drink my water, Star Citizen. Oh. Bruh. That water's bugged. Not being able to see my wheel makes me sad inside. You know what doesn't make me sad inside? Cruise. The optimal nutrition drink. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. Glug, 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 glug. He's thirsty. He's thirsty. Glug. Glug. Cruise. I couldn't do it without a cruise. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. There you go. Ad placement. Bugged inventory. Some things never change. Sometimes they just get worse. I think I was like holding that water when it got weird. Either way. Either way. Armor. Boom. Who's this maniac running around doing pirouettes? Where's he at? Get out of here.
Welcome to the ASOS
The motion wheel, you have to
vehicle
click
retrieval
both
system.
left and right whilst get out of town. I'm not doing that. I don't want to show my emotion that badly.
Your vehicle has been
I
delivered to the
refuse.
following location.
Hangar 8 for my cutter. The best little starter ship in the game. No argument. No cap. On God. Hoggies. Insert young person's slang here. There was for a time, especially in the PTU, you would press the inventory button and your helmet wasn't there, but then it would snap in on your head and it was big. And then it would pop in and out like size. It would like kind of pulse. And then a bunch of the armor in your inventory was just like white, had no texture. And you're like, okay, cool. That's nice. Let's see if my ship gets held down by the bed. The cutter was kind of struggling with that recently. I don't see a bed there, so we might be okay. We might be okay. I don't know, Darkest. They claim that they're doing it because they're adding more stuff, but I don't know why they just added the new stuff with the new keybinds, but instead they changed the existing things that we were used to the new keybinds. Yeah. Yeah. You know, just... It's like the meme where they're meeting in the boardroom and they're like, how do we make the gamer experience better? And like, let's move some stuff around. Let's ruin things. How about we just keep it working? And they kick that dude out the window and he dies. That's the meme of CIG. They're like, why? Why would we make it simple when we could make it difficult? Just button pushes, really. Just button pushes. Let me out, Hurston. I have like 5 skins for the cutter and I will use only one because it is the best skin. After the meat skin wasn't as meaty as it looked in the photo. Very disappointing, by the way. I feel like that was a broken promise of CIG's. They used to be cruise control, now decoupled. Yeah.
Thank you.
I had to, because most of it I do on sticks, so I had to like remap it all. It was quite frustrating. It's quite frustrating. I do like now that the ship violently shakes when you boost, because that makes sense, right? Oh, Darkest, you also have to... Cool. The game crashed. Hoggies. Well, here's going to be the interesting part, guys. So I've crashed the desktop, right? I was on auto fly. Let's see if we load back into the game in my ship, or if I materialize somewhere else. Could be interesting. Do not tell me. I've got to verify my files. Hopefully that doesn't break everything. We'll find out. Could be fun. Let's switch to big face camera while we're waiting. Oh no, don't tell me about how they changed the ping. Yes, you gotta hold it down then release it. It's interesting. That kind of makes a little more sense than some of the other changes, to be honest. Like building up a charger ping, I guess. Because it used to be that you had like a timer, you ping and you had to wait a few seconds, and then you could just like violently ping. Should like your ship has been pretty good with crash desktop. Okay, sweet. Cool. Nice. Nice. Poggies, great. Excellent. Love it. Love to see it. Booyah. Booyakasha. Let me into the game, Star Citizen. I have dreams that need to be dreamt. And cargo that needs to be found. Don't get in my way. Don't stop me from getting to my hull C. Did you call me? Did you call me too?
Told you a lot of things, but I forgot to push the pedal down to make my microphone go off.
Okay. Fair enough. I stare into the camera with my serial killer glasses. Yeah. Yeah. Stormtrooper helmet there that doesn't fit my head because my nose doesn't sit on my head properly. It's very painful. He's trying to murder me. Wild dreams like running across an open. Right? Right? Playing Starfield is probably one of the worst things you can do before Star Citizen because you got like a boost pack and Traveler's obviously like cut down. So you then make the mistake of landing on a moon or a planet 900 meters from your location thinking you'll get there very quickly. And then you run for an hour and you're like, oh, that's right. Pressing jump twice doesn't make me go further. Gosh dang realism. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Also, Starfield was quite disappointing in general. In general. So, what can you do, right? Hey, Star Citizen, load me in. Let's see how far out of atmosphere I've made it. Still going. Hey. I looped back around. It's about to... Well, I was still like 36 kilometers away, but I was headed towards the planet's surface. That would have been fun. Wouldn't have that had been grand, guys? That would have been something. All right. Crew L4, right? Oh, it's a bit of a jump, boys. Oof. Oofed. Stuff that made me appreciate stuff. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? But also, it made me want to build bases. I was like, this is kind of cool. Although, once you started doing the outposts, you realized how broken the system was in Starfield, but it did make you go, man, wouldn't that be cool? Also, there was like, they gave this impression that like, oh yeah, you'll be able to do like these sick cargo runs in Starfield. And then I was like, wait, no you can't. And they're like, yeah, there's like cargo. You can set up like cargo routes. I'm like, you mean I can create settlements like in Fallout 4 and I can have cargo move between locations? And they're like, no. And I'm like, God damn it, Bethesda. Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Yeah. Starfield hadn't touched in over a month. Honestly, I got a key from Bethesda, which I'm super grateful for. And I'm glad because if I had paid for that game, I'd be so angry. I'd be so mad. Like, why did I pay so much for this stupid game? Very much so, Turnip. Oh. I didn't pay for it either. Yeah, I think anyone who kind of got it on... Wait, someone just said 30k? Motherfucker, that explains why you're all here. Oh, people talking about... Okay. I thought they were talking about a 30k, but I guess they are refugees from a 30k. Same. Yeah. Did anyone here actually... Anyone who played Starfield, did you actually finish the game? I don't think I got very far into the storyline. I got to like the part where they're like, you're starting to uncover more about the mystery. And then I just went, I'm bored. Although I did start like 3 new characters because I was like, well, this build sucks. Start a new one. Well, this build sucks. And then I saw like a video on how to do something. I'm like, well, I'm gonna try that. And by that point, I just burned myself out in the game going, why am I even bothering with this shit? Why am I even bothering playing this stupid fucking game. Yeah. Yeah. Very disappointing. Another disappointment, Payday 3. I got given a code for that, and I played it, and I was like, wow. Like, I didn't think Payday 2 was particularly riveting, because it was a very monotonous game loop. But my god, does Payday 3 make Payday 2 look like Game of the Year? Holy shit. There are people that paid full price for Payday 3, and you have to be online to play it, even if you play solo, and you still have to match make solo if you're playing by yourself. You gotta wait for 3 minutes for them to find a match for you to then load in by yourself with AI as your teammates. It's the dumbest thing ever. And apparently their servers were broken for like the first 3 days, so you couldn't even play. I understand games. They're like, you have to be online to play this if you don't specifically have to be online to play it. I know. Just seemed a bit ridiculous to me. Objective complete. Travel to HURL4. I think he's made it there, guys. I think he's made it to the C2. I'll be traveling all this way from my hull C, and there'll be nothing in the C2, and I'm like, what's the point? Why?
Well, by the time you'll get here, I bet you I'll be full of RMC.
Yeah. 2020's game feels right. Right? Has anyone played Payday 2? And then like the Christmas map with like that Christmas was it remix song that just slapped? It was so good. It's such a good song. I was like, that's cool. Get it on the soundtrack. We played it at work a whole bunch. And our coworkers like, what is this? And we're like, this is from Payday 2. It's like a high energy EDM Christmas track. You're welcome. And then we'd beat up elves in it. Like Santa's little help elves. Like throw their bodies in a box. XL1's carried from what last.
Titanium, an SCU of gold.
Say one SCU.
One SCU of gold, 40 of Quantanium.
Okay, that's not too bad. I might space. I might just.
What?
Of the variant of the expedition or scout variant of the cutter. I might. Probably the expedition one. We'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely interested in them. Because like the 4 SCU in the cutter at the moment doesn't seem as important, but I know that if I get a ship that has less, and then I'll go to Pyro and I'll find like the perfect thing that's like 4 SCU, and I'm like, I should have kept this cutter. I don't know. But yeah, I love the cutter. Every time I think I'm over the cutter and that it's become less interesting, I go and fly it for a little bit. I'm like, this ship is so cool. It's just so satisfying to fly. Like the gun rack is just so unnecessary, but awesome. Like,
Yeah, of course, as a frontiersman, you're gonna need protection.
yeah, I know, but like the fact that like it is one of the only ships in the game that has a rocket launcher bay is so cool. It's just so hyper aggressive. It's like the cutter feels like, not physically, but like it has the mental acuity of a chihuahua. Like it's in constant chihuahua mode. You're like, you don't need to go that hard, and the cutter's like, yeah, fucking do. Like you can't do much. He's like, oh, we'll see, and then he can't. But he has that belief, that self-assuredness that he can do all the things. Probably more like a pug actually than a chihuahua.
Yeah, I was gonna say pug.
Yeah, because he's also very squat. Not very fast. Bognogus found an AI flown scout yesterday. Really? That's cool. Yeah, like I used to be hard up on the PTU when I was still playing heaps to see what new stuff, and now I'm just like, I don't care. So that's all very cool. So the scout one's the one that has like the big satellite dish for scanning and I presume some small element of hacking, right? And then the expedition's just like the one, does it have a food dispenser? Do we know? Because I know that was like one of the leak things. They're like, it's got a food creator. I was like, that'd be cool. Have it like a soft serve machine. Soft serve machine ship. Yeah, boy. Have I requested a landing bay yet? Yeah.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Where's my landing bay, sir? Here we go. No, not the Scout, the Expedition. I know the Scout doesn't. The Scout's got like a super antenna. I'm asking if the Expedition actually has a food dispenser. Or if it just is going to have... I assume the Expedition's just going to have the 6000 SCU that the regular cutter used to. That was my theory for the longest time. It was like, why haven't they nerfed it yet? And I was like, I think the variant is going to have the 6000. They just haven't bothered changing it. And now they've dropped it to the 2.5. Oh, I didn't even check. I meant to check. I think it's 2.5. See if I can get an indication. Well, I've already flown a chunk. Okay, so I've got current fuel, 1383. Might be 2000 then. Or 1800. 1800 makes sense actually, 3 times that of everything else. Either way. Doesn't matter none. Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably go more because I really love the extra feel of the Expedition. I like that vibe. But it would also depend on if we lose all of our cargo, because I still want some cargo. I just feel like there's going to be stuff that you're just going to want to be able to move with the cutter. So maybe stick with the regular cutter. I don't know, we'll see. But I don't think the Scout's going to be my jam. I think the Scout's going to have intended to have low signature. Like the cutter already has low signature, but I'm imagining good scanner, low signature as kind of like the Scout. So he kind of rocks up, scouts out what's nearby, and allows the heavier ships to come in and slap them around, is my assumption. Maybe I'm reading too much into the name, though. I don't know. Again, not a rocket surgeon. I don't know. Rocket surgeon! I said what I said, and I mean it. I'm not a rocket surgeon!
Welcome.
Right. Let's get this hull sea out.
Vehicle retrieval system.
Let's get this beautiful hull sea out. That's where I discover I'm not actually at the right station. I'm like, no.
Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Say my hull sea's at hangar 6? Ew. Why am I in a hangar? Ugh. How dare you? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Although, I haven't actually boarded the ship via the elevator, so I guess this is kind of cool. Damn, this ship actually looks wildly impressive in a hangar. It's just fucking... There's something very aggressively Drake about the appearance of those thrusters. Not as Drake, like in actual practice, but it does look very Drakey. A little bit angry. A little bit angry. Look at that. Look at that. Keep clear. Yeah. They could have given us the stairs at the front, but they robbed us of our dignity.
You'd be winded trying to get up.
But it'd be so cool. Because then I could land and then dramatically walk down the stairs like Darth Vader. You know? Dun, 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 and then trip and die. Because it's Star Citizen. Get blown over by a stiff breeze and just be incapacitated. And have to call a medic. Unfortunate, but expected. Ugh, now I've got to like break gravity, even though it's like fake gravity, but still. Not what this ship's designed for. Look at my little flag! It's pretty cool. Oh, reach the front elevator and the reclaim was that big instead of the damn... Yeah, I don't like lifts. I just think they're dumb.
You are clear to load.
Okay. We're going to crew, right? Yeah. Her, not crew. Silly. Mission switching.
I'm on plane 1076.
10760. What?
The claim number I'm on.
Okay. 716. Yeah. Word.
Actually, it's a number, but that's okay.
It's an oddly satisfying experience driving this giant silver dildo out of that hangar. Got a very Elite Dangerous vibe at the moment because you can see like the rotating rings. The jump points are only in the PTU at the moment, right? Or I see them in the PU.
No.
Womp womp. All around me.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I will. I've officially pulled out giggity 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 goo. Pew! Quantum travel engaged. Yeah. Alright, bear with me a moment. I'm going to go get a beverage. I'm back. It's cracking, kids. Only 10 million away.
You're making good time.
In your scraping?
Correct.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. YouTube still recommending that I reduce the bitrate on my stream. But why would I? Why would I? If they're going to give me access to a higher bitrate, why wouldn't I take advantage of it? Like, we recommend 4,500. I'm like, I'll take 13,000. How you doing, Tranquil? I think it's set to 12K, but it's like, it's sitting at like 12,450 or something like that. But yeah, there's a little marker that's going, the stream's current bitrate is blah blah, is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend use a stream bitrate of 4,500. I'm like, no. If I wanted a terrible bitrate, I'd probably still be on Twitch. So, just let me have the thing that I want, thanks. Just violently pushing my bitrate into the tunnel that is the interwebs. So there. I like thinking about when there were certain metas for what made you the most money and how much we made from it, and we thought it was just the absolute duck's nuts compared to just salvage now. You're like, oh man, if you go to this cave in Daymar, you get like a bunch of gems. It's like 100,000 credits for like 10 minutes work. That's cute.
Word I haven't heard in ages, Janolite.
Janolite! What, I think 3 people found it? I sure as hell didn't find it. Wasn't me. I don't find none. Mm-mm. She's growing. So satisfying. So satisfying. Used to make 90k for 5 minutes of bunkers. Gets boring fast though. That's true. And now it's like, spend 30,000, make 7 million. I think even when salvaging came out, this is like the actual scraping. This is the one way to make more money even than mining. And now it's like, why would I scrape the ship? I just rip all the stuff out of the cargo hold. Ridiculous. Why would I waste my time on this nonsense? I wonder what the next thing will be. The next ridiculous thing that's just horribly unbalanced. I look forward to it. Yay, Hull C. I know, right? It's pretty cool. It's pretty darn tootin'. Ship buying for in-game credits? Yeah, maybe. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. My ship's engine's loud for you, or?
I don't hear it.
Okay. Stop. All right, let's go.
Engines off.
I'm very excited for when the tractor beams work. It's going to be so much faster offloading stuff into the ship. Just angling it just so that the tractor beam can reach it. Ship transfer, pretty much, Darkest. It's pretty much what we've been doing for a while. Make sure I've got a helmet on. Yep. Whee! See my slingshot of your ship? No. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever I spy. Use my SV to display and steal ships. I'm sure they'll find a way to make it red moss tool. Yeah, I found like a bunch in my inventory. I'm sure they'll find a way to ruin that for you though. Make sure helmet after opening door. Yeah, well, I mean, they haven't done like proper airlocking yet. So even though the door was open, there was still ammo. What do we have here? I feel like the number you gave me, unless it's some other cargo that's not as impressive, is not exactly what you told me. Because that's 30 quantanium, 32 quantanium there. Ah, corundum. Oh, you just didn't mention the other types?
Oh, I didn't mention the ones that were
Crash? Okay. Gotcha.
Ah,
That makes sense.
fell out the bottom.
Corundum. Whee! It's a shame it doesn't follow actual physics and just keep going, because I could throw it at the station. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Copper. No one cares. Gold. I mean, just put this on your ship. Actually makes more sense.
What size is it though?
1 SCU.
Yeah,
Like,
give it-
it makes more sense to put it on your ship than on mine. I'm just like, why would I want that trash on my gorgeous ship? Quantanium, 8 SCU. Tungsten, bleh. Tungsten, bleh. Corundum, ugh. Tungsten, ugh. Quartz, ugh. Copper, ugh. Go away, copper, no one likes you. Ugh. Copper, ugh. Okay. Literally just the 8 SU of, oh sorry, 40 SU of Contanium. Whee! Whee!
Where's the gold?
I threw it towards your ship.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. I just yeeted it right at your ship. You're welcome. Unless you want to take this 8 SU of Quantanium in your ship.
I don't have room. I'm now full.
Okay. Bear enough.
I'm gonna go south
Fair enough.
shortly.
I'm gonna go hit up the other location. Unless you saw some, you didn't see any chevrons around here of extra random triple spawn ships. Nope. All right. It's so much fun, Devasaur. It's so satisfying. And then when you do it long enough, your perspective changes. You'll grab a container thinking it's like a 16, but it's really just a 2. You're like, oh, this is heaps. You go put it next to another thing. You're like, oh, this is actually tiny. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a crying shame. Let me in my seat. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Mission. Bit of delay going on there. That's nice. 1, 2, 8, 16, 24, 32. Yeah, like a weird combination. And the MSR won't take 32s, it'll only take 24s. There's only a few ships that'll fit a 32. So it's kind of interesting. Because sometimes you'll rock up with a ship thinking you can get all the cargo, and then suddenly there's a size that's too large, and you're like, dang it, Bobby. And that's when old Beard with his Hull C comes along and saves the day. Because he loves his cargo. Yes, sir.
You're gonna have
Yes.
to make one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just grab one more box to fill the hopper, and then I'll make my way to New Babbage, sell there, and then I'll
Sounds good. Hells yeah. Where is my marker? There it is. Hiya. Let's go. And jumping. Love it. So satisfying. I still prefer your A2 looks better. Hey, I mean, if you love your A2, you love your A2. You know? Also a very different creature, you know? Mine is for making money, and yours is for spending money on death and destruction. You know? Your profits are in the lamentations of the women of the slain. My profits are Alpha UEC. Just depends on what you prefer. Not a problem, Darkest. Thanks for hanging out, my guy. Enjoy your sleep. I'll catch you on the flippity flop. When do you make it to home soil, Darkest? When are you back in NZ? Back in a real computer, back instead of the laptop, and then we can play games. Do the games. Be sure to check out the Return to Moria if you haven't, Darkest. Even if you don't play it with me. Play with someone else. Next Tuesday. Damn, so far away. Ugh. I could be dead by then, Darkest. I'm old. We don't know how long I'll last. Okay. I guess that's fine. Have fun in Australia. You cheeky bloody rat. How long does it take the TS2 to reach maximum speed? I wonder if it's going to feel a lot faster in Pyro, because you'll reach that speed and then you just go BAM! Checked it out, looks good. Like it's up to 8 co-op. Yeah. I'm just wondering if it's going to be like some games where the original player has to be online for everyone to play, or if there's going to be like dedicated servers or what. When I really start season, I can't do the laptop. Definitely big screen game. Oh, for sure. For sure. Unless you're flying around in a Gladius, then you got like a small mentality, so you can have a small screen. Just talking smack to the PvP community. You say anything about PvP and suddenly they use the term what is the term they use? You don't understand PvP and you don't get Star Citizen. You're like, okay. It's always fun to rile them up because you just do it unintentionally. You just voice any sort of opinion, they get angry. Calm down. Calm down, PvP chads. Do you also have to turn your quantum off then on to do the shorter jumps afterwards, Turnip?
Correct.
Damn, Star Citizen.
Noise the hell out of me.
Sort yourself out. Sort yourself out, Star Citizen.
Quantum travel engaged.
I'm hoping for a big score on this one, Turnip. Otherwise, I might be overwhelmed by... Ooh, there's a different chevron there. There might be another ship.
Otherwise, what? You're going to spank someone?
I might be overwhelmed with sadness. Can't tell if this is like an interdiction chevron. Or if it's like... I think it's an interdiction chevron. Okay. I'll just be sad. I'll just be sad. Turnip.
Okay, sad.
Yeah.
I have a tissue here for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Very thoughtful of you. Oh man, the mist looks good in any of the gas clouds that are green. It just reflects nicely off of the metal. Looks awesome.
I mean, they don't call it the rub and tug and pump and dump for nothing.
Damn. We'll have to see if we can get that Gemini working as well at some point. Probably not tonight.
Yeah, we do need... I want to try it with another ship.
Oh, you think the hull C is the issue?
Could be.
Yeah, it makes sense if it's a newer.
But the only reason I was just going to say just because it's closer from out of development than anything else.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It has for sure never been in any of the videos that someone has already published on YouTube, so...
True. And also, we know there's docking issues with the ship, so maybe that's a factor.
Right.
Could be the go. Oh. Come on now, Hull C. I'm actually intrigued to see how much more fuel I get out of this ship if I go with like an industrial quantum drive instead. Because that'll actually be a factor if I'm doing a lot of jumps around Pyro. Or at least if refueling in Pyro is a pain in the ass, just to have enough fuel to go from Stanton to Pyro, do what I need to do in Pyro, then get back to Stanton. Like, right. It might be worth having a slower, more fuel economical drive. Because, I mean, that's what the industrial drives should do, right? Should be better for fuel and just carry more weight without burning as much fuel. But they don't seem to do much at the moment.
Is the Hull C in circle?
Should be. I actually haven't checked. It was just like, it's one of those ships where you just like, I just know that I need the military drive to go faster. That's it. You don't really check my shelves. All right. C2 sighted. I wonder what other mischief we can get up to with these tractor beams when they work.
I have a feeling throwing asteroids will not be one of them.
Not on the hull, but we could probably still throw cargo at people. So if we get attacked, we could probably just have like an entire side that is just junk, and we just start throwing junk crates into the air. So if ships fly around near us, they might crash into the... Oh, that's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. Half the cargo,
Use them with mine.
yeah, is just like the biggest caltrops you've ever seen. Just yeeting them.
Material.
I'm actually very excited for that. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. Yes, sir.
Engines off.
Right. I'm not even gonna scan it. I'm just gonna plumb the depths of this C2. And if there's nothing in it, I'm gonna throw a tantrum and log out. Mark my words, chat. Maybe not very tantrumy. I'm getting a little bit tired. I think the blue light blocking glasses are working because I'm actually like actively tired, which is good. Trying to get more sleep in my day because I'm getting old and I don't nap because napping is for the weak. Spider-Man. Do you think the tractor beam rifles will pull us? Sleep is overrated. I wish I didn't have to sleep. But you kind of do, otherwise you go a little bit crazy. Show me potato salad. Okay, so there's a bunch of 32s. Or at least it appears that way. As well as some, so we got some fingers, we got some boulders. Okay, 2 SU of Quantanium, 4 SU of Quantanium, 8 SU of Bexolite, 8 SU of Quantanium, yeah. This one's a good one. We got some good stuff going on today. Oh yeah. No tantrum. Gold, 8 SU of gold. 32 of Bexolite. 32 of Bexolite. 32 of Bexolite. 32 of Bexolite. Nice. 32 of Bexolite.
That's wild.
That is actually really good. And there's also some crates behind it, some small ones. Pebble and a finger. Pebble of copper. Finger of gold. Finger of gold. Okay, so you can take the gold if you want. It's 4 SU of gold.
Okay.
Pretty sweet. X-Light's not too bad, right?
It's like 9,000.
Not too shabby. It ain't nothing.
That's in somewhere. It's up there with gold.
Oh. That's disconcerting. Can you hear me? There you go. That's crashed out. I think I'm dropping it out for the internet.
Yeah, like it on. Well, that's what it looks like on YouTube.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm even actively streaming or if it's just having mad issues.
No, it's YouTube is spooling. Oh no, now I see moving.
Yeah.
You just switch to the big.
Yeah.
I see you now.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's because yeah, we've had like some minor hiccups with the yeah, it just dropped out again. Jesus. Dropping in and out. Wow. What is going on with the interwebs? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. In and out, in and out. I don't know if it's actively working or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pinging up and down. Yeah. Just speed testing seems okay, so I think it's just, yeah, there might be the actual connections of the internet. Australia, you know, good times.
There's a big wave.
Yep. Yeah, it would be too easy for when it's planned. I know, right? Although, I think I'm still in the universe. Star Citizen hasn't crashed out, which is wild.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's even weirder.
I still have your marker.
Yeah. So maybe it's just the stream side of things? Don't know.
Maybe that's possible.
Let me know if you've still got me or not, Devasaur. Because at the moment my studio is being weird, so I can't tell if it's got me or not. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Just Australian internet, I guess. Australian internet was like, what? 6 crates of Bexlite? Not on my watch. Internet crash.
I'm gonna say the internet is definitely hiccuping because your lag is longer now. Like 4 times longer.
Sorry, Charlie was asking me about Deco Mesh. I think Charlie attached, because we got like a mesh kit and one of them is potentially faulty. And I think he connected one in his room. So he's like, I need faster internet. And then that caused the whole network to fuck out. I was like, yeah, I think we established that one's broken. He's like, oh. I'm like, did it happen immediately after you plugged that in? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that was it.
There we go.
Yeah. So I think that was what caused it. So like that popped up. My computer was probably like going, which of the networks am I supposed to connect to? I'm like, just stay with the one you're on. And it was wigging out. Yeah. Because, and here's the fun part, he goes, I tried to download a game and it wouldn't go faster than 6 megabytes a second through like the Windows downloader. I'm like, that's because Microsoft is a shit download. He's like, yeah, but it should be fast. I'm like, that's not how the internet works. He's like, oh, well, I figured it was the internet speed. It's like, no, it's where you download it from. So, it happens a lot. He'll like the main unit for the deco, he was like, oh, I just tried to reconnect it, so I disconnected that whole thing and left it unplugged to see if the internet would improve. I'm like, wait, so you removed the router from the equation? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and then you expected the internet to work? He's like, yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What are you doing? Chris Roberts bought your internet for 3 minutes? Bro. Yeah. It boggles my mind that kids are like Luddites with technology. Like, our generation seems to be the one generation that like gets it, and everyone else is like, I don't get it. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you messing stuff up?
Curiosity isn't encouraged anymore.
Yeah. I press the button, it turns on, right? Like people who are like, oh, my Wi-Fi doesn't work. What do you mean your Wi-Fi doesn't work? I don't get to the internet. Well, that's not Wi-Fi. Yes, it is. Party's being disbanded. Did I disconnect or did you disconnect?
I don't know. I'm here.
Oh. Maybe the game's only just realizing I had internet issues and it's going to drop me out.
Yeah, it's not showing you online in my friends list, but I sent you an invite.
Yeah, I accepted, so I don't know if it'll pop me up or not. I can see you now. Montanium. It's beautiful. Generation likes to break when it's working, right? That being said, though, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream soon anyway to go to bed. So, yeah, it is very much like that, Chameleon. Yeah, I like how the knee-jerk reaction is like, just turn everything off. And you're like, did you ask anyone else? Like, it's fine. You're like, okay. I don't like the sound of wind rushing past my head in space. It's very disconcerting. I don't understand who decided this was a good idea in the game. Well, thank you to everyone who hung around while my internet was having a full attack. I appreciate that. Sorry for the interference in this riveting content. Put the small ones up here. Try to learn from my mistakes of organization. And gold. Oh yeah, where's my ship? There it is. I'll put gold here. And now we are the richest in the verse. Oh. My perspective got all thrown out of whack. Are you going to come to this C2 to salvage it, or should I just grab the... Yeah, it is dead so.
I was going to grab the gold, but if you want to just put it all on yours.
I can do that. I can do that if you don't want to, if you're not salvaging the hull. Up to you. Whee!
That should be there in a couple of seconds.
Seconds or minutes. Make up your mind.
Alright.
Outrageous. In this economy? Not in this economy. Turn up. Gold. Ha ha ha. Yeah, Devasaur. The Hull C is awesome. And then when the Hull D and E come out, it's going to be ridiculous. And just be like, is this really necessary? Do we need this? Do we really need this? And they're like, yes. $700. Somebody will get it. Somebody will buy it. How much does the Hull E have? Some astronomically wild number. I think it's like 90,000 or some bullshit, isn't it? Or is it like 200 something? It's something unnecessary. Let me have a look if I can find it real quick. It would hold 3,072 32 SCU containers. It's wild. It is, where you at? It is... That ain't right. I feel like that's wrong. Because it says 8,192 SCU. I'm like, that ain't right.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it? No, that can't be right.
No, you didn't put it up there.
Like that's...
90,304.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous number. Here we go. The official.
The Hull C is going to look like the Hull A beside
Yeah,
it.
the Hull C is going to look
yeah.
tiny next to this thing.
That's what I meant there, not what I said.
Star robbery. Hull E versus Lagrange Station. Anyway. Off to work, later, Space Calibers. Not a problem, Savage. You have a good one. I'm going to wrap up soon as Turnip's arrived. I don't want to bail on him. While he's... I think he's still on the way here. Must be spoiling him.
I'm only trying to
Take whichever cargo from this you want or can fit to sell. Oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-do. What is that? Damn. Oh. There's so much space dust at this Lagrange point. So much space dust, Jeff. Why is it necessary? Why do we need it? Does it affect the integrity of my ship? We'll never know. We may never know. Ever. Where's he at, chat? There he is. 150 kilometers. 108 kilometers. He's emerging from the mist. Dun, 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 dun. See if I can see him approach from this angle. Dramatically.
I can't find you on the map, so I can't jump to you.
I'm just at the C2.
No, like, I mean, I can't quantum to you.
Oh, you had to fly normally. You couldn't be lazy, I see. Kidding. Don't yell. Don't yell, Turnip. There's no need for that.
turn my lights on so you can see me coming.
Just blinded. Full stream mode and just clip me and kill me. No! Don't worry, guys. He's there somewhere. Has anyone else that plays a lot of Star Citizen gone to play another game and something's far away and they've automatically pressed F and tried to scroll up and been horribly disappointed when you don't zoom in? And what's even the point of having eyes in this game? Like, also, I kept trying to do that in Cyberpunk, even though I've got to like hold down aim first and then do it. But I've gotten so used to F scroll. Definitely no copium. He's there totally. I don't think he is. I think he's playing a trick on me.
Who?
Turnip.
Who's Turnip?
You! You! Soldier boy. All these mosquitoes in space in front of me, dude.
I know,
it's wild.
It reminds me of driving on the
Wah wah. How you doing, Kazatu? How you doing? I meant to ask, can you guys hear the music I've got playing? My Stream Deck doesn't want to talk to Spotify the way I'm used to now, so I kind of had to like manually adjust the volume. So I hope you can hear it ever so slightly enough, but it's not too loud. Because I've also got that kind of scaled in my headphones because I don't want music constantly playing when I'm talking. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear it. Cool. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, we can see a shooting star. Make a wish. Chill vibes to suffocating space too. That's pretty funny. I like that. Look at it. We can see him. He's like, twin stars. You in the vulture, yeah? Roger. That's why the quantum jump took so long. Because he's got an Atlas drive, not a cool military drive.
I jumped from New Babbage. What the hell, girl?
You get so hyper aggressive when you fly with an Atlas drive. This makes you cranky. Maybe you should just fly with a military drive. Just never fly the Vulture.
Well, now that the Vulture actually makes me money, I might as well put a drive in it. Actually, I'm
That's
not
true.
even going to have it for much longer, so what's the matter? Or what's the point?
Are you going to melt it for something? Oh, wait, did you buy it in-game,
no,
though?
it's subscribership this month.
Oh, is it?
That's
yeah,
the only reason
Devasaur.
I have it.
They expanded them, Devasaur, so many ships. There's like Hullays and all kinds of stuff. And bounties have like wild ships. I fought what are they called? Nomad. Like the spread of ships across things is actually a little bit more interesting now. Woo! All right. What would you like me to send your way? Gold? That's quantanium. That's gold there. Okay. I'll
take anything that'll fit in my shape.
I got 12 SE of gold.
Okay, yeah, then let's take that. If it'll fit in this way, then it'll fit in my ship, then I'll take it.
I'm assuming an 8 SEU fits in the back of the ship.
Yep. 8 and then 2 thumbs.
Beautiful.
Or 4, yeah.
Yep.
Or the amount of thumbs on the other side.
Yeah. That's quantanium, wrong one. Gold. Keep forgetting about that. Actually having like a decent kind of graph distance. I can't just yeet it the way I'm used to. You. Yeah, it's really good, Devasaur. Yeah, I went to go do like the basic starting mission for my bounty license, and it was a bloody nomad. I was not prepared for that. I was like, oh damn, okay. This guy's got a little bit more than I was expecting for the starter mission. I was expecting like an Aurora. I was mistaken. already got the 8. Nice. Beautiful. Perfection. Nice. Sick. Alright. Whee! Beautiful. Alright. I'm off to the great unknown. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, really? Kazado. Oh. No, I've been targeted. Dang. It's the end for me, chat.
What does it mean?
Probably. Probably. Thank you, DevSaw. I appreciate it. It's always important to have a eulogy. My love for Crusader. It's like you don't even know me. Wow. The audacity. The audacity of you.
Quantum travel engaged.
All right, beautiful people. I'm going to wrap the stream up there. I appreciate you all hanging out. You guys are the best. Do me a favor if you haven't already and hit the like button on the stream. I don't know if it helps with the algorithm. I don't know if it helps when I turn it into just like an old video that people can watch. But hey, do me a favor. Hit like, leave a comment. Maybe it'll do something with the algo. Let's find out together. I don't know when I'm going to stream next. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be next week. I don't know. Just depends on how I feel. But you know, I'll try to be a little bit more consistent with it, I guess. But you know, I appreciate you guys hanging out even through the internet issues. Thank you for not calling me a serial killer too much because of the glasses. But as always, be good to each other. Stay beardy. And I will catch you all next time. You hit the dislike button? I appreciate you. It's all still engagement, baby. Peace.